ومن أظلم ممن افترى على الله كذبا أو قال أوحي إلي ولم يوح إليه شيء ومن قال سأنزل مثل ما أنزل الله ولو ترى إذ الظالمون في غمرات الموت والملائكة باسطوا أيديهم أخرجوا أنفسكم اليوم تجزون عذاب الهون بما كنتم تقولون على الله غير الحق وكنتم عن آياته تستكبرون.
Who can be more unjust than he who places a lie on Allah and who says, revelation has come to me, when in fact nothing was revealed to him, and who says, I will produce the like of what Allah has revealed. If you could but see the wrongdoers in the agonies of death, and the angels stretching out their hands, saying, yield up your souls. Today you will be recompensed with the chastisement of humiliation for the lie you spoke concerning Allah, and for you waxing proud against His sins.
وَلَقَدْ جِئْتُمُونَا فُرَادَى كَمَا خَلَقْنَاكُمْ أَوَّلَ مَرَّةٍ وتركتم ما خولناكم وراء ظهوركم وما نرى معكم شفعاءكم الذين زعمتم أنهم فيكم شركاء لقد تقطع بينكم وضل عنكم ما كنتم تزعمون.
And Allah will say, now you have come to us all alone, even as we had created you in the first instance, and you have left behind all that we had bestowed upon you in the world. We do not see with you your intercessors, whom you imagine to have a share with Allah in your affairs. You have now been cut off from one another, and all those whom you imagine to be Allah's associates in your affairs have failed you.
إن الله فالق الحب والنوى يخرج الحي من الميت ومخرج الميت من الحي ذلكم الله فأنى تؤفكون.
Truly, it is Allah who causes the grain and the fruit kernel to sprout. He brings forth the living from the dead, and brings forth the dead from the living. Such is Allah. So whither are you tending in error? Truly, it is Allah who causes the grain and the fruit kernel to sprout. The one who causes the seed grain to split open under the surface of the earth, and then makes it grow and appear on the surface as a plant is no other than God. He brings forth the living from the dead, and brings forth the dead from the living. To bring forth the living from the dead means creating living beings out of dead matter. Likewise, to bring out the dead from the living means to remove the lifeless elements from a living organism.
فالق الإصباح وجعل الليل سكنا والشمس والقمر حسبانا ذلك تقدير العزيز العليم.
It is He who causes the dawn to split forth, and has ordained the night for repose, and the sun and the moon for reckoning time. All this is determined by Allah, the Almighty, the All-Knowing.
وهو الذي جعل لكم النجوم لتهتدوا بها في ظلمات البر والبحر قد فصلنا الآيات لقوم يعلمون.
It is He who has made for you the stars that you may follow the right direction in the darkness of the land and the sea. We have indeed spelled out signs for the people who have knowledge. We have indeed spelled out signs for the people who have knowledge. By signs are meant all that support the proposition that there is only one God. That is, no one has either the attributes of God or any share in His authority or can rightfully claim any of the rights which belong exclusively to Him. But the ignorant cannot benefit from these signs, which are scattered all around, in order to arrive at an understanding of the truth. Only those who observe the phenomena of the universe in a careful and systematic manner, and do so with a correct perspective, can truly benefit from these signs.
وهو الذي أنشأكم من نفس واحدة فمستقر ومستودع قد فصلنا الآيات لقوم يفقهون.
It is He who created you out of a single being and appointed for each of you a time limit and a resting place. We have indeed spelled out our signs for those who can understand. It is He who created you out of a single being. This means that God caused the human race to originate from one human being. We have indeed spelled out our signs for those who can understand. If one were to observe carefully the creation of the human species, its division into male and female, the proliferation of the human race by procreation, the passing of life through its several stages in the womb of the mother from conception to childbirth, one would perceive innumerable signs to help one grasp the truth mentioned above. But only those who make proper use of their intellect can be led by means of these signs to an understanding of reality. Those who live like animals, who are concerned merely with the satisfaction of their lusts and desires, can perceive nothing significant in these phenomena.
وهو الذي أنزل من السماء ماء فأخرجنا به نبات كل شيء فأخرجنا منه خضرا نخرج منه حبا متراكبا ومن النخل من طلعها قنوان دانية وجنات من أعناب والزيتون والرمان مشتبها وغير متشابه انظروا إلى ثمره إذا أثمر وينعه إن في ذلكم لآيات لقوم يؤمنون.
And it is He who has sent down water from the heavens, and thereby we have brought vegetation of every kind, and out of this we have brought forth green foliage, and then from it close-packed ears of corn, and out of the palm tree, from the sheath of it, thick clustered dates, hanging down with heaviness, and gardens of vines, and the olive tree, and the pomegranate, all resembling one another, and yet so different. Behold their fruit when they bear fruit and ripen. Surely in all this there are signs for those who believe.
وَجَعَلُوا لِلَّهِ شُرَكَاءَ الْجِنَّ وَخَلَقَهُمْ وَخَرَقُوا لَهُ بَنِينَ وَبَنَاتٍ بِغَيْرِ عِلْمٍ سُبْحَانَهُ وَتَعَالَى عَمَّا يَصِفُونَ.
And yet some people have come to associate the jinn with Allah in His divinity, even though it is He who created them, and in ignorance they impute to Him sons and daughters. He is holy and exalted far above that which they attribute to Him. And yet some people have come to associate the jinn with Allah in His divinity. Because of man's imaginativeness and superstitious disposition, he has often held other invisible things to be associated with God in His governance of the universe and in making and marring man's destiny. For example, the deity of rain and the deity of vegetation, the god of wealth and the god of health, and so on. Such beliefs are found among all the polytheistic nations of the world. And in ignorance they impute to Him sons and daughters. The ignorant Arabs considered angels to be the daughters of God. In the same way, other polytheistic nations wove a network of blood relationships with God, producing thereby a whole crop of gods and goddesses descended from the Creator.
بديع السماوات والأرض أنى يكون له ولد ولم تكن له صاحبة وخلق كل شيء وهو بكل شيء عليم.
He is the originator of the heavens and the earth. How can he have a son when he has had no mate? And he has created everything, and he has full knowledge of all things.
ذلكم الله ربكم لا إله إلا هو خالق كل شيء فاعبدوه وهو على كل شيء وكيل.
Such is Allah your Lord. There is no God but He, the Creator of all things. Serve Him alone, for it is He who is the guardian of everything.
لا تدركه الأبصار وهو يدرك الأبصار وهو اللطيف الخبير.
No visual perception can encompass Him, even though He encompasses all visual perception. He is the all-subtle, the all-aware.
قد جاءكم بصائر من ربكم فمن أبصر فلنفسه ومن عمي فعليها وما أنا عليكم بحفيظ.
The lights of clear perception have now come to you from your Lord. Then he who chooses to see clearly does so to his own good, and he who chooses to remain blind does so to his own harm. I am not your keeper. I am not your keeper. Even though this statement is from God, it is expressed through the mouth of the Prophet, peace be upon him. We observe that in the Quran, the speaker frequently changes. Sometimes it is God who is speaking, sometimes it is the angel who carries the revelation, and sometimes a group of angels. On some occasions it is the Prophet, peace be upon him, who is speaking, while on others it is the men of faith. Likewise, those addressed by the Quran also change. Sometimes it is the Prophet, peace be upon him. Sometimes it is the men of faith. Sometimes it is the people of the book. Sometimes it is the unbelievers and the polytheists. Sometimes it is the whole Quraysh. Sometimes it is the Arabs. And sometimes mankind as a whole. Regardless of these changes, however, the content of the message always remains the same. It consists of God's guidance to mankind. The statement, I am not your keeper, signifies that the task of the Prophet, peace be upon him, is confined to carrying the light of true guidance to others. It is then up to them either to use it to perceive reality for themselves or to keep their eyes closed. The Prophet, peace be upon him, is not asked to compel those who deliberately kept their eyes shut to open them, forcing them to see what they did not wish to see.
وَكَذَلِكَ نُصَرِّفُ الْآيَاتِ وَلِيَقُولُوا دَرَسْتَ وَلِنُبَيِّنَهُ لِقَوْمٍ يَعْلَمُونَ.
Thus do we make our signs clear in diverse ways, that they might say, you have learned this from somebody, and we do this in order that we make the truth clear to the people of knowledge. And we do this in order that we make the truth clear to the people of knowledge. The same has been said earlier, viz. That genuine seekers after the truth arrive at it even when it is couched in parables about such apparently trivial things as flies and gnats. See Surah Al-Baqarah 2:24. As for those who have been seized by a biased negativism, they are prone to ask sarcastically, what have these trivial things to do with the Book of God? The same idea is expressed here in a slightly different form. The import of the statement is that the Book of God has become a touchstone, which helps mark off the true from the false. These include the sort of people who, once they have come to know the teachings of the Book of God, try in earnest to reflect on its substance and seek to benefit from the wisdom and admonition it contains. Another group reacts quite differently. When they hear or read the book, their minds are not attracted by the substance of its message. Rather, their curiosity is aroused and they begin probing as to where this prophet, who had no formal education, derived the teachings which the book contains. And since a negative prejudice has already seized their hearts, they find it reasonable to conceive of any possibility except the possibility that the Quran is a revelation from God. Such people proclaim their opinion with such strong conviction that one might feel inclined to believe that they had indeed discovered the real source of the book by means of scientific investigation.
اتبع ما أوحي إليك من ربك لا إله إلا هو وأعرض عن المشركين.
O Muhammad, peace be upon him, follow the revelation which has come to you from your Lord, other than whom there is no God, and turn away from those who associate others with Allah in His divinity.
وَلَوْ شَاءَ اللَّهُ مَا أَشْرَكُوا وَمَا جَعَلْنَاكَ عَلَيْهِمْ حَفِيظًا وَمَا أَنْتَ عَلَيْهِمْ بِوَكِيلٍ.
Had Allah so willed, they would not have associated others with Him in His divinity, and we have not appointed you a watcher over them, and you are not their guardian. And we have not appointed you a watcher over them, and you are not their guardian. It is emphasized that the Prophet, peace be upon him, is only required to preach the truth and try to call people to embrace it. His responsibility ends at that, for he is, after all, not their warden. His task is to present this guidance and spare no effort in elucidating the truth. Anyone who still rejects it does so on his own responsibility. It is not part of the Prophet's task to compel anybody to follow the truth, and he will not be held accountable for not having been able to bring an individual out of the fold of falsehood. Hence, he should not overstrain his mind by his desire to make the blind see, or compel those bent on keeping their eyes shut to observe. For had it been an objective of God's universal plan not to allow anyone to remain devoted to falsehood, He need not have sent prophets for that purpose. Could He not have turned all human beings instantly into devotees of the truth by His mere will? Quite obviously, God did not intend to do so. The entire basis of the divine plan is that men should have free will and be allowed to choose between the truth and falsehood. That the truth should be explained to them in order that they be tested with regard to their choice between truth and falsehood. The right attitude, therefore, is for them to follow the straight way, which has been illuminated by the light bequeathed to them, and to keep on calling others towards it. They should naturally value very highly all those who respond to the message of the truth. Such persons should not be forsaken or neglected, however humble their station in the world. As for those who willfully reject the message of God, one need not pursue them too far. They should rather be left alone to proceed towards their doom, since they themselves wish so and are insistent on doing so.
وَلَا تَسُبُّوا الَّذِينَ يَدْعُونَ مِن دُونِ اللَّهِ فَيَسُبُّوا اللَّهَ عَدْوًا بِغَيْرِ عِلْمٍ كَذَلِكَ زَيَّنَّا لِكُلِّ أُمَّةٍ عَمَلَهُمْ ثُمَّ إِلَى رَبِّهِمْ مَرْجِعُهُمْ فَيُنَبِّئُهُم بِمَا كَانُوا يَعْمَلُونَ.
Do not revile those whom they invoke other than Allah, because they will revile Allah in ignorance out of spite. For we have indeed made the deeds of every people seem fair to them. Then their return is to their Lord, and He will inform them of what they have done. Because they will revile Allah in ignorance out of spite. The Prophet, peace be upon him, and his followers are admonished not to allow their proselytizing zeal to dominate them, so that their polemics and their controversial religious discussions either lead them to be offensive to the beliefs of non-Muslims or to abuse their religious leaders and deities. Far from bringing people closer to the truth, such an attitude is likely to alienate them from it further. for we have indeed made the deeds of every people seem fair to them. Here we should bear in mind, as we have pointed out earlier, that God declares those things which take place as a result of the operation of the laws of nature to be His own acts, for it is He who has made those laws. Whatever results from the operation of those laws, therefore, results from His command. Whenever God states that a certain act was His, the same might be described by humans as occurring in the natural course of things.
وَأَقْسَمُوا بِاللَّهِ جَهْدَ أَيْمَانِهِمْ لَئِن جَاءَتْهُمْ آيَةٌ لَيُؤْمِنُنَّ بِهَا قُلْ إِنَّمَا الْآيَاتُ عِندَ اللَّهِ وَمَا يُشْعِرُكُمْ أَنَّهَا إِذَا جَاءَتْ لَا يُؤْمِنُونَ.
They swear by Allah with their most solemn oaths that if a sign comes to them, they will certainly believe in it. Say, signs are in Allah's power alone. What will make you realize that even if those signs were to come, they would still not believe? They swear by Allah with their most solemn oaths that if a sign comes to them. Sign in this context signifies a tangible miracle which is so impressive that it leaves people with no alternative but to believe in the veracity of the Prophet, peace be upon him, and the truth of his claim to have been appointed by God. Say, signs are in Allah's power alone. The Prophet, peace be upon him, denies his ability to perform miracles. That power lies with God alone. If God wants a miracle to take place, He has the power. If He does not want miracles to take place, none will. They would still not believe. These words are addressed to the Muslims, driven by the restless yearning to see people embrace Islam, a yearning which they sometimes expressed in words. They wished some miracle to happen which might lead their erring brethren to the true faith. In response to this wish and longing, they are told that their embracing the true faith does not depend upon their observing any miraculous sign.
وَنُقَلِّبُ أَفْئِدَتَهُمْ وَأَبْصَارَهُمْ كَمَا لَمْ يُؤْمِنُوا بِهِ أَوَّلَ مَرَّةٍ وَنَذَرُهُمْ فِي طُغْيَانِهِمْ يَعْمَهُونَ.
We are turning their hearts and eyes away from the truth, even as they did not believe in the first instance. And we leave them in their insurgence to stumble blindly, even as they did not believe in the first instance. This shows that they still suffer from the same mentality which had made them reject the call of the Prophet, peace be upon him, at the outset. Their outlook has undergone no change. The same mental confusion, the same opacity of vision which had kept them from developing sound understanding and a correct perspective, still warps their understanding and clouds their vision.